Hello guys, my name is B. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I post weekly videos about either coloring or crafts, and today we're gonna be making this super cute notepad cover, and I am using this Moss digital pencil. Super funny image. I think it's so clever. I absolutely love it. If you have not checked out her store, go ahead and check it out. I will put her information in the description below so you can go and see all her beautiful art. She's one of my favorite artists when it comes to digital stamps. I have added here these little gems to make it seem like this kitty cat it scratched something or someone. And let's go ahead and get this started. I am using a 4x6 notepad from the Dollar Tree. They have also lined ones, but my kids love to draw and they love the white plain paper. And what is good about this notepad cover is that you can actually change the notepad. When this one is gone, we can put a new one and she can still use this cover that she absolutely loves. So let's go ahead and get started. So for my outside paper, I am using this gorgeous cardstock, and I am also cutting chipboard pieces. I am actually using for these the backing of the paper pads, so you can use that. You can use a cereal box, you can use any chipboard that you have at home. And this is gonna measure 6.5 by 4.5. So whatever your size of your notepad, you're just gonna increase 1/2 inch more. So mine is 4x6, so I'm doing a 4.5 by 6.5. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I actually don't measure much things. So I'm just eyeballing here where to put it. I know that my outside paper, it is 12 inches by 7.75, but you can also adjust to depending of the size of the chipboard that you're using. I am using the Tombow monoliquid glue, but you can use any white glue. It's fine. You can use double-sided tape as well. So let's go ahead and continue doing this. Okay, now for the corners, I am not going to cut them because I find that when you cut the corners in that little crease in between, then you have that little hole and you can see the chipboard, and I don't like that. For the inside, we're gonna do different because it's just the inside, and I did different for the insert for the pocket for the notepad. But for the outside, I actually wanted to look pretty and not see the chipboard. So all I'm doing is just folding in the corners. I make sure that I crease where the chipboard is, so it's easier for the other side of the paper to fold as well, because this is going to be now a double paper. But do not worry, it's not going to be bulky unless you use like a really thick paper for the outside, which I don't recommend if you're going to do this with a really thick paper. And actually you have to cut the corners instead, because then it's going to be super bulky. But I'm using a thin cardstock for the outside, so it's fine in this case. So I'm just gonna glue all my 4 corners down, and then we're gonna glue in the sides as well. you're done gluing your outside paper down, make sure that you fold your little outside. Just make sure you creased. And now we're gonna go ahead and choose a paper for the inside. And I love this rose paper. It's perfect for my daughter, so I have chosen that. And that paper, it measures a 10.5 by 5 3/4. Now I'm just gonna put glue down here and just glue it to cover the chipboard as well. Now for the inside, you can leave it as is, but I'm gonna add a little pocket to the side. So for this inside pocket, I cut a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 4.5, and I have scored from the middle line, from the corner to corner, I score 1/2 inch, so I can cut it there, and then I can fold it in to make it sturdier that side and nicer. I mean, this inside pocket is not that you're gonna put something heavy in there, but you can just put a little piece of paper or something that you rip from your notepad. And then after this, I am going also to score on all sides 1/2 inch from the edge in all sides. Then I'm gonna fold this in, and then I'm going to cut the corners as you're going to see in this video. There are some pieces of the corner that even when you cut it at an angle, it's still gonna come out, so I just fold it in, and from the right side of the paper I just cut the little pieces of paper, and you're gonna see that next. This right here is what I'm talking about. So I just fold my paper in, and I just do a little cut there. I was kind of confused because I didn't want to cut the outside, so I was like, so I just open and cut at an angle to make sure that those pieces don't overlap, because you don't want to make this pocket super bulky. Here I'm just looking to see what side I want the front, because this paper has this stain here and I love it. So, but then I noticed that my inside paper, the roses were upside down if I did that, so I changed my mind. And now I'm just gonna glue this pocket inside of my left side, or the front, or the inside of the front cover of my notebook. Now for the inside, make sure that you add glue just to the bottom and left side of your pocket. Do not add glue to the top part of the pocket, because then you won't have a pocket. So just to the one side and the bottom part of your triangle. You can also make this pocket a square. You don't have to make it a triangle, but my daughter wanted a triangle, so I went with a triangle. I was thinking making it a square, and then with a round punch, just do like a half of the circle to the middle, so she can easily insert papers and take them out. But she wanted a triangle, so I went with the triangle. Now for your notepad, as I said before, these notepads are from Dollar Tree, and what I'm gonna do for this notepad is that I'm gonna remove the front cover, and I'm just gonna throw it away because I can't do anything with that. If it was like sturdier, I would keep it, if it was like the back one, for another project, but because it's not, I'm just gonna cut it right there with my scissors. You can use an X-Acto knife too, and just throw it away. And for the pocket, what you want to do, you can use a sturdier cardboard for this, but because the one that I am going to use is actually not as strong, I am also going to add a piece of chipboard to the top part, because that is the part where your notebook is going to go in and out, and I don't want it to break the paper. So for this part, all you're gonna do, depending the size of your notebook, of your notepad, I'm sorry, if your notepad is bigger or smaller than this one, is I'm gonna put my paper that I'm going to use on the last page of my notepad, and I am going to fold all the sides, including the top one. Make sure that when you fold them, it's not so tight, because then you're not going to be able to take out your notepad and put it back inside. My paper for this measures 7 by 6, and this is a 4 by 6 notepad. And then I have scored this paper on the 7 side. I score at 1/2 inch, and then at 6.5, and then on the 6 side I score at 1 and then at 5. For this one, I am actually folding in the crease. I am going to add that piece of chipboard to my top part, because again, I don't want this to break as she puts in and out this notepad. So I just grab a little piece of chipboard and I am going to glue it to the top part. Here I'm just measuring and making sure that I cut the right size for this. I am folding my sides, making sure that it has a little bit of room so that notepad can go in and out from there. So here you can see that I added a little piece. It doesn't have to be a long piece, it's just a little piece of my chipboard, just to add a little bit of reinforcement to that top part. Now I am going to go ahead, and I did cut the corners of this one, and I am also going to glue just the bottom to the side flaps and the top part to the chipboard, and then I'll show you how to glue it. Okay, now that my pocket is almost ready, because I still need to glue the bottom flap to the side flaps, I am just only making sure that my notebook actually fits here and that it looks nice. So after I'm done that, I am going to glue now the sides. I'm going to glue the bottom flap to the side flaps, and then I am going to add some glue to the side outside and to the bottom flaps only. Do not add any glue to your notepad. Remember that this notepad, it's going to come in and out of this pocket that we make. Here I'm doing exactly just that. I am adding my glue to the side flaps, and you can see it here. I'm so sorry, I thought my camera was catching the bottom too, but it wasn't. But I also added glue. Maybe there you can see a little bit that I added some glue to the bottom flap as well. And now I'm just gonna glue it down. I'm gonna put pressure here, as you can see, to make sure it's glued down. And here you go, this is how it turned out. You can put a little paper there from the same notebook. Our notebook goes in and out of that pocket, as you can see. I was kind of being careful here because I knew that it wasn't completely dry, that pocket, but I really wanted to show you. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my stamp outside. She absolutely loves it, and I do too. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and make sure to hit that follow button, and I see you next time. Happy crafting!